I'm revealing the exact steps to get your first project manager job so you can make more money and land your next project manager interview. My name's Alvin. I'm an engineering project manager, and today you'll learn insider hacks from when I interviewed for multiple project manager jobs. If you stick until the end, you're going to learn my juicy tips on the top skills that hiring managers look for during your interview. If you don't have this, you're going to lose out on thousands of dollars in job opportunities. With that in mind, join me in the comment section below. What interests you the most about being a project manager? Share with me your thoughts, and I encourage you to join the conversation because this is the best time to get into project management. Project manager jobs, they're rising and they are in demand. According to PMI's most recent talent gap report, the global economy needs 25 million new project professionals by 2030. And to close that gap, 2.3 million people need to enter project management positions to keep up with that increasing demand. So being a project manager is perfect if you love to lead people. You like to make an impact on the company and see the results of your hard work. Talk to anyone who's a project manager, and they've probably had to work some magic up their sleeves just to make things happen in a very short and aggressive timeline. One of the biggest pros, though, about being a project manager is that we get paid a decent income. Per PMI's most recent salary survey, 50% of project managers at level 1 earn at least $85,000. At the 75th percentile, they're earning more than 6 figures in salary. The question to you is, wouldn't you want to earn more than $100,000 a year in your job? Well, let's break this down. If you reach out to different project management professionals, you'll probably see a pattern. Perhaps they stumbled their way into it by accident. Maybe they worked at a company where someone needed to take ownership of a project and they became, by default, the unofficial project manager. This might be how some people get into project management, but I don't want this to happen to you. Let's be intentional with our career moves, as if we are playing chess here. Let's be mindful with every step we take, because if you give me the next minute, I'm going to share with you the behind the scenes look into what your competition's doing. Here's the spilled tea. I've spoken to many project managers and I've reviewed many resumes for project management jobs. You'd be shocked and even surprised by what I've seen. So many resumes are from people who do not understand what a project manager is, and they don't even know how to lead a project. When I read their resume, it's not persuasive enough for me to think, hey, we really need to call this person in for an interview. My friend, this is great news because it gives you a huge advantage. Companies and hiring managers, they want someone who has knowledge and a basic understanding of the role. Someone who's passionate about working with people, leading teams, and managing projects. Even better, someone who has a burning desire to drive results and make things happen. So if you're applying to an entry-level role like assistant project manager or a PMO specialist, and you can demonstrate this with your resume, you will be miles ahead of your competition. But here's the thing. You need to be able to communicate that energy, that confidence in your resume. Again, this is just the starting point here to landing an interview. To stand out from your competition and attract the hiring manager, make sure you download my free project manager resume template at alvinthepm.com/resume template. This is the exact resume outline that I used to land interviews for project manager jobs. It's completely free because I want you to succeed so you can earn the income that you deserve. So go ahead, download my free project manager resume template at alvinthepm.com/resume template. Now let's walk through what a project management job requires so you can bring your A game to every job that you apply to. Your typical project management role is divided into 5 buckets: stakeholder communications, project planning and strategy, team leadership, execution and monitoring, and admin work. 40% is communication and managing stakeholder expectations, where you're sharing your project updates and you're negotiating changes with your stakeholders. You've probably heard someone say a similar phrase like this before: you want this for that and that? Well, that's going to cost you, and we're going to need more time in our schedule and more budget. Can't have everything for nothing. Know what I'm saying? We're not here to give away free handouts. This isn't Costco where you get free appetizers, right? So the next 20% is dedicated to project planning and strategy, where you define your project's plan, the scope of your work, and you identify risks and how you'll prevent those risks from becoming issues and derailing your project. Another 20% is dedicated to team leadership. That's just the fancy way of saying that you're giving direction to people, helping manage resources and resolve conflict. Kind of like how Kobe Bryant gives direction to his team whenever he played basketball with the Lakers. Know what I'm saying? And then 15% is for execution and monitoring. You're reviewing your project's progress against its baseline. Are we on track? Are we ahead of schedule or severely behind schedule? And if we're about to be behind schedule, are we going to be in trouble here? Houston, we have a problem here. Over and out. Will we miss critical deadlines that our customer expects from us? And what about budget? Are we over budget, or are we staying within the budget or the financial constraints of our project? So I want you to think of it like 2 sides of a coin. You have budget on one side and then schedule on the other. You can't run a project without either one. You always need to keep track of both. Oh, and let's not forget, this bucket also includes processing change requests if your project scope changes beyond what you planned at the very beginning. And the last 5% of what you do is tied to any admin work, like creating project documents, presentations, risk logs, and updating meeting minutes. So when you look at the overall chart, communication is a huge part of a project manager's job. It spills into all these buckets. So make sure you have these skills so you impress the hiring manager during your interview. Now, there are a few ways to break into a project management career path. The most expensive way is by getting a master's degree in project management, business, or any field related to the industry you want to work in. But of course, we all want to get into debt with thousands and thousands of dollars above our head, right? I'm joking here. The pro here is if you do decide to get a master's degree is that you can build up connections with college alumni and use it as a springboard to get interviews for internships. Big companies have postings for project manager internships throughout the country. So if you're doing a master's degree right now, this is the easiest path that you can take that you should take advantage of. After all, if you're investing thousands of dollars into an education, you might as well use it to land an internship at the company you want. Then perform well at your internship so you can land a full-time offer. If you don't pursue a master's degree, then the second strategy is by promoting within your company internally to be a project lead, project analyst, or project manager. I actually know quite a few project managers who were promoted from within their company because they expressed a desire to manage projects in their role. If you're an introvert like I am, then you'll have to step outside of your shell and express exactly what you want. I know it's hard, but we have to do it. Now's not the time to be shy and afraid. When you speak to your manager, voice exactly what you want to do in the next year. Is there a way that you can be the leader on a few projects in your current role? I mean, if they don't know what you want, how can they help you out? And from my experience, most managers will be more than happy to put you on impactful projects because it's going to make them look good, especially if you deliver promising results. The third strategy is apply to project management jobs outside of your current company. This is what I did when I was switching outside of engineering. I didn't see opportunities in my current company, but I knew that the best way for me was to look for entry-level project management roles in outside companies. This is the most difficult option because you need to sell yourself on a few things: your previous experience, the transferable skills you have, and the value you delivered in your past roles. To be honest with you, it's truly ridiculous how you need experience to get the experience you need. And it's this endless infinity loop of must-have experience to get an entry-level job. But then you don't really have enough experience yet. But I triple dog dare you that you might already have experience from other jobs in the past, like volunteering, internships, and past companies, which you can sell on your resume to land a project management job. If your company has a PMO structure inside of it, then you can apply for internal positions as a project manager. Just be on the lookout for it. Snoop around a little bit. Are there any openings for a project management role that's coming up? Could you connect with a manager about your interest about working as an aspiring project manager? You never know until you try. By the way, what's the biggest frustration you're having with landing your job in project management? Leave me a comment down below and let me know so I can help you and create content that helps you advance in your career. Now, the fastest way to land a project manager job without experience is by following the strategy that I share in this video. So watch that next, and I'll see you in the next video.